All right, guys, this is a two-part foot ankle strengthening and mobilizing sequence designed to work on muscles that most people really need help with. The first is for this little muscle called the posterior tib. It hides behind, everybody knows the gastroc is here, the soleus is the flat one beneath that, and then beneath that is a small little guy called the posterior tib that has a lot to do with arch and foot strength, as well as the ankle and how well you can get up on those big toes and maintain your balance with the heel way up high. So here's how we're going to hit it. Forearm elbow on the wall here. It's really important your toe in just slightly. So we're doing basically a 1 foot calf raise with a big emphasis on pushing through the big toe. So we're driving up and into the wall, heel as high as you can, and then down nice and slow. Hold the top, push through the big toe, hold for 3 seconds. 3-second hold, and then really slow, controlled negative, trying to keep everything lined up the way we began, and keep that pressure on the big toe. So we're gonna do 10 of those, and right away come here to our second move that works on some of these middle ankle muscles. So we're gonna have a band here across the low rig, just sitting across the J cups, nice and low here. You're gonna put the band across your big toe and scoot back a couple of inches here. So now we're gonna angle your leg outward and picture, look at this line from the inside of the big toe along the bridge of your foot here, and then up the inside of the ankle to the front of the calf here. I want you to shorten that line. So you're pulling your toe up and in, and then slow on the way down. Squeeze up and in, and you should see and feel this line right here as we're working. We're gonna do 10 reps of those. Play around with some different angles and see where you really feel it the most. If it really burns or cramps right away, that's a good sign we found a weakness. Let's give it some extra love. Squeeze it longer, hold it tighter, do the negative slower. Really get that weak muscle to learn how to work better so that your feet can stay where you want them, whether it's during squats, cleans, deadlifts, lunges, or whether you're doing something outside the gym. Playing sports, the feet and ankles need to be strong, especially as we get older. If you don't train your ankles, if you're not running and jumping around dynamically and moving side to side regularly, the odds of you hurting your ankle, rolling your ankle, spraining or breaking it, doing those things, whether you're playing pickleball, basketball, soccer, doing something outside the gym, this will make you far less likely to injure it, much more injury proof by making sure we're working that arch and that middle ankle here. Pulling up and in, for me, I cramp pretty good through the arch here on this one. So I'll do a few going that way, almost kind of sideways, and then a few kind of halfway between sideways and frontward. So play around, squeeze the top of that foot from the big toe up the arch to the inside of the ankle. Spend a minute here figuring out where we really need this. Everyone's different. You may find it's tougher with your feet straight ahead. For me, because I broke this ankle, it's tougher for me when I'm angled out and I'm working the inner part of my foot and ankle a little more. So I'm still doing an anterior tib raise, a shin splint muscle raise here, but with more of a medial emphasis here. So squeeze as high as you can, hold that squeeze so you can see where this line is working right here. The muscles are really burning. Slow on the way down to a good stretch. So especially for those of you who walk with your feet kind of turned out like this all the time, working the muscles that reverse that and pull up and in is going to be hard. But as we get stronger here, you'll find that you're able to squat with your feet staying firmly on the ground, pointing the right direction during your squats and everything else where your toes, you don't want to flare out excessively. As we get stronger here, you'll be able to keep more of a 11 and 1 o'clock foot alignment during squats versus feeling like you have to toe out excessively because your ankles will not dorsiflex properly. So there it is. Good luck.